At the top right of the map, we have the Terran player for the Slayers team. They are going to exist for another few days, and he will join a different team. Currently, he's here in the Up&Downs though. This could be the last game of the day. This is
MMA.
A genius player, really.
Slayers MMA in this Terran versus Terran. It's in his own hands. If he wins now, he has the Code S spot. He plays against another Terran. He plays a mirror match. At the bottom left, we have a Startail player. Starting in teal, it is
Startail.
Gas first for MMA.
With a loss against Boom Boom earlier, Hack put himself in an awkward situation. He not only has to win against MMA, he also has to hope that Alive is able to defeat Boom Boom. That's not the case. A win against MMA would be meaningless.
Yeah, Alive just being the sandbag player here. We'll see if, you know, it's always funny when that happens, but when you have a player that is just not really invested in the group anymore, it's really hard. Because if Hack wins this, then it's still not in his hands. And if Alive just goes for a 2x proxy and it doesn't work, he GG's, then that's it. His hopes of getting into Code S are gone. So Hack is in a bad spot. I mean, really, really much so at this point. But it's not over yet.
The gas first for MMA is, of course, really important here. He wants to apply pressure. Hack, on the other hand, also with the gas. A little bit later, the scout for the Startail Terran is now entering the main base. We'll see the refinery. We'll, of course, click on it, check how much gas has been taken out. And then he knows about the timings. He already saw the factory, so...
Yeah, he knows, well, that's pretty quick. Gas for Hack, very late, in fact. He may make a reactor on that barracks, pull out and make a command center with the timing of the gas he's taken right after that Marine finishes. I think that may be what he's going to do here. But with the gas first, actually, since he knows about it, a lot of players would do something like that, but since he knows about it, he could also just get a factory. He is making the reactor now, but without the gas pull.
He sees it. Saw everything here. Actually, MMA tried to kill the SCV with one of his workers. So this is the fastest starport with a tech lab that you can get in this game, and the second refinery follows immediately.
Yeah. See, MMA has repositioned his planes to be a little bit closer to the ramp while he knows he wasn't going to be producing out of them. Hack's going to be able to get a lot of Marines off of this reactor here. He also wants to get the factory up. As I was saying earlier, you don't want to pull out of gas here because you want to make sure you have the Vikings out to deal with Banshees, because Marines alone without stim against a well-microed Banshee are going to be such a pain to deal with. He also doesn't have a command center very quickly, so he's not going to have double scans. So this is a great build order so far for MMA. He's going to be able to get ahead most likely from this.
The Banshee has started, and at the well, at the bottom left now we have the command center starting for Hack. Halfway done. This is just so intense for both of the players. Of course, this is such a weird situation. It was the same for JYP and for Hyun earlier. You know how you fought for like hours. I mean, we started this broadcast roughly 5 hours ago, and all of these players know that this is the chance that they have to show their skill in Code S, and this is so much more exposure that you get. And it's very important also for players like Boom Boom, who currently is teamless, for a player like MMA who's gonna switch teams. It's just such an additional pressure to what you're already used to. The Up&Downs are the toughest thing that you might have to endure in your life as a pro gamer.
In your career, there's very, very few things that are tougher than the Up&Downs. One of them might be the Code A qualifiers. You know, if you're in a Code S finals, obviously that's like the highest level thing you could face, but at least you know what you're up against exactly. It's a 1v1. There's several games there. This is a best of one that determines two players' lives. I mean, yeah, they went through a lot to get here before that. There was, look at this, by the way.
MMA fakes the cloak.
Yeah, he's not going to get it. He's actually just getting a Viking right now. And the first Banshee will arrive. With no stim, it's going to be pretty tough to defend even without cloak. The Viking, though, is going to pop out. Needs to take out as many Marines as he can before that happens.
Yeah, gets a few shots off here. Nice micro so far. Tried to take down a Marine and instead attack the supply depot, and it was like, well, that's not actually what I wanted to do, but still. Needs to get out of there as there's the first Viking, and he gets the second one. MMA gets the second Viking, so he will be able to kill Hack's Viking.
Now notice MMA has set up a nice block at his natural. He's going to do an all-in here. He's not going to make a command center. He's basically, he went gas first. He's used the extra gas to get these siege tanks out. He knows that also this Banshee has done no damage.
Yep.
But guess what? He's going to be facing that. He's going to have Hack with a super fast siege tank research. MMA is going to be very hard pressed to actually to make this attack work. He's got his Banshee back at home being repaired. He's hidden his Marines to the bottom right. That's also going to help him catch any potential dropships. He's controlled the watchtower. He's very keen on denying his opponent's counter information. He's done a great job of that. But Hack having siege mode is going to make this very difficult to actually hit. I don't know if he can do it. The Banshee is so critical.
It definitely is. And he has the air superiority. This is so important. He currently has 2 Vikings against 1. He's even building another one to be 100% sure that he can take down the Vikings. Then he will be able to protect his Banshee a little bit better and also has the better vision with his siege tanks. And Hack is finally moving his command center to the low ground. He now has 2 bases that he's mining from. But there comes the attack. MMA is on 41 supply against 25. This defense is what Hack's life depends on. His Starcraft 2 life. Is he going to Code S? Will he play in Code A? MMA has it in his hands. He's going in right now. He uses the 2 Vikings, takes down the Medivac here, tries to push through. The siege tanks are sieged up.
The Banshee. The Banshee is so critical here. He's trying to repair the siege tanks. He gets the last siege tank before the Banshee dies, but the defense was hit. GG.
GG.
He had
MMA.
siege mode too fast. He had the bunker up, and that's it. MMA is going down to Code A.
MMA is out. He's in Code A. And Hack has another chance. Now it is up to Boom Boom. If he wins against Alive, he will claim the Code S spot. If Hack, on the other hand, can rely on Alive to take the next game, then the Startail Terran will advance.
The execution for MMA was a little bit shaky. He waited so long to go up there. He waited at the watchtower for a few seconds. But the bigger problem for him was not so much his execution, but that his opponent went for that very fast siege tank timing. Or siege mode timing, I should say. Well, this is going to be the final game.
Yeah.
It's Alive versus Boom Boom.
Hack
Alive wins. Alive is basically playing for Hack here.
Exactly. Hack is probably just walking over to Alive right now and telling him, okay, listen up, buddy, if you win the next game, free Soju for a week.
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. I mean, at this point, Alive is really playing for Hack. That's what's happening here.
And Alive is that sandbag player. Everybody's crowded around that booth. It's time to start. The map is going to be Daybreak, an excellent final map, I feel, for this Terran versus Zerg.
MMA in Code A. Alive is also in Code A. JYP is in Code A. Boom Boom or Hack? That's the question. That's the question right now. Which one of them will advance? This is one of the closest groups that we had in quite a while. We don't have a tiebreaker today, but disregarding a potential tiebreaker, this is as close as it gets.
Yeah, we've gone down to the final game here.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always happen. Sometimes we have groups end a little bit faster, depending on how many... if one player, like for example, if Hyun had won earlier, we might not have even gone this far because of him. He would have been out already.
If Hyun takes a 5-0 in this group, for example, then we have a situation where another player might get 4 wins, or maybe 2 end up with 5-1. It basically came down to Hack losing to Boom Boom earlier. That is what it all comes down to. If Hack would have won this one game against the Zerg, then this situation would have never occurred. But as it is, he has to hope for Alive to take the game. Daybreak is the map. What are we waiting for? The players currently not ready? Currently being invited into the lobby?
They may have had to redo some of their settings because of all the shifting of the booths that sometimes happens.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah. That's all there is to it. Both of them are on 2 wins, 2 losses. No,
Boom
of course not. Hack currently has 3 wins and 2 losses. So if Boom Boom wins, they will both have, Boom Boom and Hack will have 3 wins, 2 losses, but because of the direct comparison, Boom Boom will advance to Code S, and he's already in the lobby.
And Alive is still pending.
Alive is still talking to Hack. He's like, no, I want 2 weeks of free Soju. 1 week is not enough. If you actually only pay me 1 week, I'm gonna go for a double 14 barracks or whatever.
Double 14 barracks is definitely lose that game, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually do think we're going to see Alive 2x here. I would almost bet money on it. It's a 2-player map. I'm not going to bet. I said I would almost bet. But I think that because he's the sandbag player here, because it's a 2-player map, to do a 2x is one easy way to just get this game over with. if he actually plays really hardcore, I'll be like, wow, you really did that, man. You really want to support Terran here.
I think Alive is just a player that really wants to prove something, and he was not happy with the games that he lost earlier. So if he wins this game, then yes, he will be in Code A, but at least he is one of the 1, 2, 3 players then who was able. This is happening more and more. This is actually really getting.
Well, the reason why is actually
he owes
because
me soju now.
You guys can't see it's off
why
camera.
actually?
There's a new television actually for watching our faces. In fact, people can look at our faces on that television right now.
That thing is going to kill me at some point. Seriously, that's in the last 2 months. That's like the 8th time that it crushed on me.
We will do something about it.
At some point, I will die.
We can just remove it, I think.
It's fine. I want that weight thingy back.
We can also get the weight.
I had a weight thingy that I could just put at the bottom, and that would put it in place. We keep it in place, so that was actually really comfortable. But yeah, Boong Boong, he switches slots, he switches colors, and he's still waiting for Alive. This negotiation between Hack and Alive cannot last this long. I mean, come on, don't be so cheap, Hack. Give him the 2 weeks of soju. That's fine.
Yeah, 2 weeks is
2 weeks is okay. I mean,
soju's not that expensive, to be honest.
Soju is pretty cheap. It's a Code S spot, and I don't think that Alive can actually handle this drink.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
I just wanted to get in the lobby so we can get started. This is actually the culmination of everything. Hyun's already in. We've got 2 players left, and we're waiting to see. All right, now he's in.
There's Alive. That's going to be really, really interesting.
He's ready to go, too. His second he got in, he says, go, go.
All of these games. Brilliant. All right, guys. We're ready to go. Boong Boong and Alive are in the lobby. Let's see what's going on here. Alive will definitely try to win this game. For the honor, for Terran. Up against Boong Boong.
He's going to have to fight for pride here. For Terran, as you said. He's playing for Hack. Boong Boong, the teamless Zerg, takes this win. He will be, I believe, the only teamless player we'll have in Code S. He will actually be the old JYP. Hyun is looking really happy right now. He's giving a big smile. He's in the studio walking around talking to his friends and teammates. But will Boong Boong be able to join him? Will we get 2 Zergs out of our first group here? This is the GSL Season 5 of 2012 Up and Down matches. Sponsored by Hot 6, cast by Calder and Wool here at GOMTV.